Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome to my video. This video I would like to present about suppletion and internal change of word and also clitics and genitive. So stay tuned in my video. Suppletion occurs when different forms of a word come from entirely different roots rather than predictable morphological change. Essentially, the roots from look and nothing alike. For example, go become when becomes from a different root or Old English window, not from go. The next good become better, become best. Completely different roots for comparative and superlative forms. The last example is person become people. Plural form comes from another root, or people is not morphologically derived from person. The next, internal change. Internal change is a morphological process in which a word changes its grammatical meaning through an alteration of sound inside the word, especially a change of vowels, without adding or removing any affixes. For example, vowel change in verbs: sing, sang, sung, drive, drove, driven, take, took. The next, vowel change in noun or plural marking: foot, feet, goose, geese, mouse, mice. The last example, consonant change or listen command. For example, life become lips. Voicing change F become V. The next, knife become knives. Sound F change to sounds V. So knife becomes knives. The next, clitics. Clitics are linguistic units that are acted and syntactically independent, yet phonologically depends on a neighboring word. In simpler terms, they are short form of words that cannot stand on their own and rely on a host word of support. Clitics example in English. There are several examples of clitics that you regularly encounter in the English language. These include: number 1, contraction. V in I from I have. Pronominal clitics: am for them, as in I gave them the book. Reflexive clitics. An example is self in himself or herself. For genitive clitics, the genitive clitic as in Jane's book. Negative clitics and T as in haven't or have not, and can from cannot. Auxiliary clitics, D in I do, can represent either I had or I would depending on the context. The primary types of clitics include proclitics, enclitics, contraction, pronominal clitics, genitive clitic, auxiliary clitic, negative clitics, and reflexive clitics. The last, genitive. The genitive is a grammatical form that indicates position, relationship, or association between two nouns. In many languages, the genitive is often interpreted as belonging to or position, but it can actually indicate a variety of relationships. Number 1, genitive with apostrophe, used to indicate position. For example, the girl's book, John's car, my brother's job. If the word ends in S, you can use Charles' book or Charles' book. Number 2, of genitive, using of. usually for inanimate object, abstract concept, or longer word. For example, the roof of the house, the color of the sky, the end of the story. Number 3. Double genitive. Of plus nouns. Combinations of and as together used to emphasize the owner or indicate one of many. For example, a friend of my father's become one of my father's friends. The next, a picture of John's become one of John's pictures. Number 4. Genitive for measurement or measural genitive, used to indicate size, time, or distance. For example, a day's work, an hour's drive, a stone's throw. Genitive function. The genitive can express position. For example, Maria's phone, part of a wall, the car's engine. Family or social relationship, my father's friends. Number 4. Creator or producer, Shakespeare's plays. Number 5. Times and distance, a week's salary. I think that's all for me. Thank you for watching and thank you for attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.